So you guys are just outside of what is it, Flying Dragon Fortress, right?
No, we're between Galchun and Maichun at the moment.
Gaochun and
Boris
Maichin.
Drunken Sword is heading towards Flying Dragon Fortress with 100 Longmire Hall bowmen.
Okay, all right, all right. So you guys are on the road between Gaochun and Maichun. What do you want to do?
Oh, well, are the beggars like? How did the beggars feel after we've succeeded in our mission, supposedly?
So they're still with you guys, I suppose. And
Mhm.
and the chief, looks at you and he says we should keep striking generals dead now. We've succeeded so far.
Um, we should see if there are any generals who are uh, willing to turn to the light and rise up against the glorious emperor.
All the generals that are on the Emperor's side start dying too. It should help with the recruiting. So I can see both angles working at the same time in combination.
I think there's only one more general that's sort of in easy travel distance of us, right?
Um, Let me see. So there is was General Wan Yu one of the guys that you were thinking of? The general of Feishu Prefecture, which is the neighboring prefecture.
Yeah.
Let me just see if there's
Wow.
any others in your area.
What do we
Um,
know about him? I've forgotten.
um, Let me see. So you would know that he's generally known to be pretty loyal.
Okay, so he has to die then, I guess.
Well, you can always try convincing him. Like, there's nothing better than a loyal person who's been converted to a different cause. I mean, just means they'll be
Sure.
more stubborn against their former masters, but I don't know that we'd be able to convince him that easily.
Um,
But it's worth a try at least.
the uh, the the chief says to you, he says, "How far away from this area of the empire are you willing to travel?"
Oh crap, we don't know what the actual time frame of what we want to do is. Like, we wanted the Heian army to have time to march across. We don't know if the Kailin army is going to be going through the mountains. Uh, we know that the most important general, I think it was, of the ex-husband of Peiru Mei is at Hu Qin, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's yep.
And there's no chance we can turn him, and killing him is probably going to be quite difficult as well. Um, I mean, what do you guys think? Like, how we went to track all the way up to?
Um, I'm willing to travel wherever. I'm pretty mobile.
I don't know. What about you, Dafang?
Um, well, uh,
We're currently sort of in the south of the empire, right?
Yeah. Do you guys have the current? Let me give you guys another version of the main map because that might be handy here.
I'm assuming we're sort of near Lifan.
You were close to Lethan. Yeah. Let me just send this. So it's going through now. But that should give you all the different provinces of the empire and all that. And you guys are in Fanshu.
is it going through Skype or email?
Skype.
There we go.
It's downloading. Slowly. It's almost done.
Is it taking its time?
Just watching it. Okay. Let me upload this as well.
Okay.
Failed to upload.
Oh, it didn't work?
No, it's on my end. I'm just trying to upload it to images so I have easy access to it. It's uploading now.
It says, but General
Okay.
Wan Yu is in Fei Lu, which is a port city in Feishu province.
Just so where we are at Fanshu, okay, and General Wan Yu is where again?
He's in a city right. See Feishu province to the right.
Okay, yeah,
He's in
okay.
a city right above the mouth of the river there.
Okay. Interesting. Do we want to go talk to the general now, or do we want to see if we can, since we're in the area, go find the Jade bandits first?
So Jade bandits are giving us what relating to Yao, like a way to reverse the ritual.
Yeah.
That
Or
sounds pretty
supposedly.
useful.
Yeah.
I mean, if we run into Yao while we're going around trying to kill generals, we'll be really sorry we didn't have that ritual.
Oh, can you guys hold on 1 second? I'm getting a call that looks important.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we should go for the ritual first.
Yeah, it's local. It'll take us a couple of days, and then we can go see if we can find the other general.
Mm-hmm.
I think all in all, we should probably aim to get back to Snake Peak or in about a month or so.
Back to Snake Peak. What's at Snake Peak?
The Coalition Army, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry about that. Okay. So. I'm sorry. What were you guys saying?
Yeah, we want to try and find the Jade bandits.
Okay. All right. So you know that they're in the eastern section of the province. So how do you want to go? Where do you want to head to? You basically have to kind of roam around Fox Spirit Hill and find them. They're not really based in anywhere in particular.
Yeah. Well, guess we do that.
All right.
Yeah, make our way there.
Guess we just need to ask around in the area.
Yeah, there's inns there and stuff like that. Let's see.
Or have the beggars gather the information because they're not wanted.
Also that, yeah.
Well, that's another angle. Let's see here. So Chief Zhen says to you, if you're going to head east, perhaps we should stay in the area and await your order.
Oh.
100 beggars traveling is somewhat noticeable.
I'll leave Ping to deal with his sect members.
Yeah, I think that's the best idea. It's not any purpose in you coming along on this expedition. Um, but yeah, after this, we'll be going after another general. So
Shall we await you in River Village?
River Village would be perfect.
All right, they bow to you and they depart.
Um, hmm.
Alright, and what is Bronze Master going to do?
He hasn't said anything yet. He says, I'm going to go with you.
Alright. Who else is with us? I'm trying to remember who else is in the coalition.
I think that's it right now, right? Isn't it? You
I think it's yeah.
You guys and Bronze Master, and I mean Boris Drunken Sword.
Portion Sword has gone off with the Long Mahal people to harass troops, so it's not with us at the moment. So yeah, I guess that's everyone. Alright, in that case, let's go to the Fox Spirit Hill.
All right, so can I get a survival roll to make it to Fox Spirit Hill? And do you want to go anywhere in particular on Fox Spirit Hill?
We'll head towards Southwind Manor, I guess.
Okay. All right, I'm sorry. So make your rolls.
I got an 8 on the 1st
All right.
survival roll. Oh, wait, let me just some bait upkeep first. So it's currently the 13th of the Horse Moon.
Okay, so it'll be so a day passes and you make it a little of the way. Can you make another roll?
I got a 9.
All right, so you make it into the foothills of Fox Hill. Can you make another roll? And are you doing anything in particular to seek them out, or are you just kind of wandering? Like,
I guess I could use survival to try and pick up tracks of groups of people and stuff as well.
Yeah.
When traveling.
Yeah, why don't you make two survival rolls for each time? One for just the traveling, and one for the tracking.
Okay, so I got 8 for the traveling one, and tracking. I got 10.
Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, you actually do find signs. Number one, signs of some kind of battle, and what you imagine to probably be tracks leading to some kind of, gang or group.
Let's go. Let's follow these tracks to a large group of people. Nothing could possibly go wrong.
Of course.
All right. Okay. So, all right. So you follow the tracks, and as you're walking to, Bronze Master does say something. He says, there is a general in Beyond You province that we might be able to turn to our cause. If we're willing to send messages that far.
And where?
And Beyond You.
Oh,
province.
Beyond You. Oh god, yeah, it's
Really far
that's
north.
northeast, yeah.
But he commands 60,000 troops.
Hmm.
And I've heard a rumor that he's infatuated with one of the Emperor's concubines, Lady Yu Huan.
Well, if we can get him on our side, the advantage there is he's going to have trouble coming at him from both sides.
Is there a general in every province, by the way?
No. I mean, there are soldiers in every province, but there are not these generals with massive troops in every province.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you've got a revolt in the south and the north, it makes it a lot harder to put it down.
And the capital city is Daolu?
No, the capital city is Nansun.
And soon.
Daolu is more of an
and soon,
economic
Okay.
powerhouse of the city.
Okay. And soon, and the presumed area where the Yao hearts are stored is Fan.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. How many days journey is that from here? Holy crap.
Quite a lot.
Yeah, beyond you is far.
Probably be faster to go by water.
I was thinking that. Yeah.
We can go from Feishu and sail around to Bianyu several days on the water. Totally not going to get attacked by pirates or sea demons, but I mean that's an option. I see everyone's answer. Yes, that's definitely something we should consider.
Got lots of options at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to go to Feishu anyway to try and to see if we can either kill or sway General Wan Yu to our side. Perhaps we could also commandeer a boat there and sail to Bianyu.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So a question to Brendan is, how many days sailing is that? Is it still a hex a day, or is our boat significantly faster?
It's about 3 hexes a day.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days of sailing, and then 6 days back. Half a month, give or take. Because sending a message isn't enough per se, I'd reckon. This is the sort of thing we kind of want to have a representative to talk about.
Yeah, we need someone important to go.
Kenny, you feel the ground rumble a little bit under your feet, by the way.
Rumbling. I wave everybody to hush and to get off the road.
Get off the road then.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, you hear, like, once you guys hush and you're silent, you hear, like, the clang of swords off in the distance through the trees in the direction that you were heading.
Oh, okay. Maybe not head off the road. We'll sort of skirt around, and I'll sort of skirt around and head towards. I don't know if you guys want to follow me or not.
Yeah, I'll follow.
All right, Adam. By the way, I can't see your camera. It seems to be turned off.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how that happened.
All right,
Okay.
Kenny. Can you make it a survival roll just to kind of approach it as you would like?
Oh god! A 3, a 1, and a 7.
All right.
Oh, 7.
All right, so you see a clearing in the forest about, I don't know, half a mile from where you were, where you first heard this, and you see a bunch of men dressed all in black and purple with bows and oxtail dows. They're all dead on the ground, and they all seem to have puncture wounds in their chest from various dart-like weaponry.
Do you recognize the uniforms of the people on the ground?
Do you have institution sex or anything like that?
I'm
I
asking
do.
Ping or Dalfan because I'm not a people person.
I got a 7. Do I recognize them?
Yeah, you suspect these are the Jade Owl Bandits.
Ah.
Do you know of anyone in the area? Any clans which use needles as their main weapons?
Who are you asking?
Dalfan, or Ping, whoever, or Bronze Master. If any of them know, it's an open question.
If you want to make another roll, you can do so, Dalfung.
I got it. Okay.
Oh,
Maybe not.
wait, what did you get, Adam?
Well, I got a 7. He got an 8. So I was
Oh.
like, never mind.
Okay. All right. In that case, let me think. I mean, there aren't really any sects that are famous for it, except for maybe the 87 Killers.
Yeah. that's what my thought when you said dart was.
Yeah.
But do you want to examine the darts?
I want to approach the clearing and keep an eye out for anyone around.
Okay.
I'd love to examine the darts, but I have to get close first. So.
You have 3d10 detect, right?
2 deaths for sight, or 2d10 otherwise.
All right. Okay, so you don't see anything.
All right, I'm gonna try and sneak up to her body and like pick up and check the wounds and see what kind of weaponry or.
All right, so let me see what you see. All right, so basically, I'm not going to be coy about what you see, but this weapon is very exotic to you. It looks like a shuriken. It's some kind of thrown projectile that they use in the Eastern Islands.
Okay. It's always the Eastern Islands causing trouble. Well, it's true because in the last campaign, the Eastern Island people were the ones who were trying to steal a gauntlet that Red Mantis had or something along those lines. But I actually recognize the origin, or do I just see a shuriken-shaped thing? Oh,
I mean, you probably know that this is sort of something that comes from that region of the world.
Are they functioning the same as flying? Like mechanically speaking, they're functioning the same as flying daggers, or the daggers, thrown daggers.
Yeah, they pretty much function the same. They don't have. Let me just double check it.
Just curiosity.
Yeah, they're just they function pretty similar.
Okay. That way, I won't loot them for any good reason. Interesting. I mean, assuming you guys have followed along, I'll just turn back and tell you that they were killed by weapons from the Eastern Sea. I hand over a shuriken for people to look at.
Okay, so people from the Eastern Sea.
Yeah, so just to put it in plain English, ninjas. These are basically ninja weapons. And
Yeah. That's pretty obvious, and you put it like that. All right.
They're doing this far west.
Into the Empire. What grudge would they have against the Jade Owl Bandits?
Yeah, it's a pretty obscure group to come all this way to fight.
Unless they're like the Easterlings to Sauron.
Could be.
Do any of them look particularly leader-like?
Yeah, one of them looks like he might be a sub-chief or something. He's got some kind of funky headband on.
Gotta just check to make sure he's dead, or beyond saving.
Yeah, why don't you make a medicine roll?
Ooh. Jade Valley Fawns. This is a time to gamble.
Oh, so you're not going to make things any worse.
Yeah, I mean... I'll do a medicine check first to see if it's a dead corpse, there's no point using a fawn on him.
Yeah.
I got a 10 and a 7.
All right. So number one, you can revive him with that because you detect a pulse, and you got a 10, so you're able to sort of like slap him in the back and get his blood flowing or something, so that he coughs up whatever blockage was disrupting his energies. And he
I'll revive him. I mean, because we do want some goodwill with him, so I would revive him if we can.
And he just looks at you. He's still exhausted, but he looks at you, and you can sort of see the thanks in his eyes. But you also hear that rumbling at this point, and I need people to make speed rolls.
So that's bad.
I got 2.
All right.
I got a 9.
Oh wait, one of those is a 20-sider. That's not gonna work.
I with a 14.
Yeah, I know. I got an 11, but I got a 4, so not great.
I got a 9.
You got a
Okay.
9? Alright, what does Bronze Master get? Alright, and what do they get? Okay, so alright, so Bronze Master just kind of looks like he's like waiting for something to happen. And Kenny, what do you want to do?
Are there trees nearby?
Yeah, you're in
A clearing there.
yeah, you're in a clearing.
And I don't suppose readying in action is a thing in Wandering Heroes.
You could ready an action. You could certainly
Yeah.
you want to like kind of prepare for if something's going to happen to get
Yeah.
ready to attack.
Like keep an arrow notch type of thing.
Okay, you can do that. And so just interrupt me since it's now their turn. Basically, 4 men begin springing from the ground with weapons in their hands and garbed all in like black cloth and masks, and they do attack. So Kenny, if you want to do something, you can because you were holding an action.
Yeah. This is going to be a cathartic rain of arrows.
Okay.
So, pick the one that's. Oh, who are they attacking? Where are they leaping at?
So they're literally coming up under you from the ground. There's 4 of them.
Yeah, but anyone in particular, or
They haven't made their attack yet. You're just seeing them
Okay.
emerge. You can see that they have ninja stars in their hands, though.
Yep. So I'll just pick whoever's closest to me then.
Okay.
It makes sense. Small range. What's my bow scale? What's a bow? 3d10. Uh, 10 against evade.
All right, that is going to hit him.
That is going to be 2 plus my ranks in G5. 7 arrows. I roll damage once against a target. So roll damage. I got an extra 1d10 for the 10. But I got triple 5 so far, so we'll see what the... And I got 4 5s on 4d10.
And if that does damage, how much does it do?
7 wounds.
All right. So So you and this is the one where you're like doing a rain of arrows on him, basically,
Yeah, no, just picking one guy and like firing really quickly at him.
Okay, all right. So he's you get him through the neck and the chest, and he's bleeding heavily but still standing. And it is now their turn. Bronze Master leaps into one of the trees nearby as the attack is occurring, and pulls out like a bow.
He never struck me as a bow guy.
He is not normally a bow guy. All right, so I'm just looking at the technique that they're using. All right, so they all basically just throw like tornadoes of these ninja stars at all of you guys.
Two deflecting canopies ought to cover the whole area, right?
Let's see. Let's take them one at a time and see what happens. Light melee. All right, so it's against evade. So the first guy gets an 8 against all of your evades.
Alright, that's gonna hit.
Yep, deflecting canopy.
8 against evade.
Okay. Do you guys are going to use deflecting canopy?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a hit on me.
How many? Is it so? They're all sort of throwing one projectile at a person, type of thing.
No, they're all throwing swarms of projectiles at you. Imagine like a storm of ninja
Okay.
stars just firing at all of you guys.
Okay, so
4.
I'm gonna do a cathartic deflecting canopy as well then to see how many I can catch.
Okay.
And I got an 8 and a 4.
All right, so that succeeds.
Yeah, TN 8.
And you want to send them back at the target?
Yeah. So I cover an area of 40 feet.
Area 40 feet. Okay. So you can get 2 guys with that. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Are you covering an area? So you can protect yourself and one other person.
Sorry, Payne, but obviously my brother is going to get priority on this one.
Yes.
Sorry, what was that?
Also, Ping hasn't failed his counter yet, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm just figuring out which counter while you're doing this. I'm trying to maximize here.
Adam, can you roll for damage on the counter attack?
Yeah, what's the damn?
I'm sorry, not Adam. Kenny.
Okay. I was wondering why you wanted me to roll it. I'm like,
No,
okay.
I
how many projectiles is that though?
It's a lot. So
it's 1d10. It's 1d10 per projectile that's reflected back. So I don't know how you want to do that.
We'll do 60-10 damage. That would be the way to do it.
The hard cap, yeah. 10, 8, 8, 8, 1, 1.
All right, so you hit him, and you see a bunch of the projectiles go into the guy's chest, and Dao Feng is doing his deflecting canopy, right?
And I failed.
Oh, you failed? All right. Okay, so let's see how much damage you take.
No, I thought I was covering Dao Feng as well.
Oh, you were. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
All right, so then, so just out of curiosity, who are you covering, Stephen?
I was just going to be covering the area in front of me. I guess Kenny was further out, so it would have been me and Peng, because Kenny managed to move out before they showed up.
All right. So Adam, are you going to use a counter, or are you taking the attack?
I'm going to use a counter. Can I use horizontal sidestep to get out of the way of this cloud?
It's a little too wide for that. This is more of like a whirling dodge type situation or an iron body type situation.
I will use whirling dodge then.
Okay.
Let's see.
I recommend doing it cathartically.
Yeah. Hang on a sec. Okay. Yeah, I'll do it cathartically. Oh my god.
What'd you get?
2 10s.
All right, so you evade it effortlessly. So that's one attack down.
All right.
So they get a 9 on the next attack against all of you guys.
It has to be deflecting canopy. I didn't see any other option. When you mentioned the whole cloud of projectiles, I can't do anything except deflecting canopy. I need to think of an upgrade path for this, because I think we've used it enough that we deserve to evolve it into a different form. I think I have a name for it as well. I call it the Shroud of Heaven.
The Shroud of Heaven. I like that. I like that a lot.
But I had to pick up the mechanics behind it.
Sometimes the name is the most important part.
We've got that part down. So I'm going to try and deflecting canopy for that one.
Whatever deflecting canopy is, make it 1 better. That's all. Just make it 1 better at everything.
Maybe you could make it so that it breaks the projectiles in half, so you throw back double the projectiles.
I failed that one. I got a 7 on.
All right.
And I got an 8 and a 10, so I didn't fail.
All right. So, and you're protecting yourself and Ping again?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so you guys are covered. And Adam, unless you have a counter that you can use to help Kenny, he's going to take the damage.
I don't think I have anything that can help anyone else on counters.
That's fine.
No. Nope.
Sorry, Jenny.
Right. What's your hardiness, Kenny?
8.
All right, so you take You take 2 wounds, so it's not so bad. You get cut up by a few of these ninja stars, and there's another attack coming. So they got a 10 on this one.
Deflecting canopy cathartically.
Yep, I'm gonna use deflect canopy as well. And I got an 8, so that succeeds.
All right, you got an 8.
Nope, I got a 7 again.
All right. So Ping and Daofeng are covered. Kenny, you're taking. All right, you take 2 wounds again.
I'm okay with this. Keep the 2 wounds coming. Don't jump up anytime soon.
And all right, and there's one more attack. They got a 9 this time.
Cathartically. You got a 10 this time. Nice.
And I got a 10 too.
All right, so you guys. And you can also, if you were doing it cathartically, you could send them back too. So.
I've been using it regularly.
Okay.
I've been using it cathartically every time.
All right, so do you want to send it back at the guy?
Yep.
All right, roll a damage.
60-10, go. But do I get an extra 1d10 for the... Oh, but 6 is the hard cap, isn't it?
6 is the soft cap, so you can go
Soft
to
cap,
7.
so-
So let's go to 70-10. That's fine.
10, 8, 7, 7, 3, 2, 2.
All right, so you get the same guy in the, his face is just littered with these stars. And Adam, it's your turn.
Okay. So how close are these guys?
You guys are all really close to them because they basically like if you guys were 8 steps away from each other, they just leapt up from under the ground at you. They were burrowing through the soil.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering how literal them jumping out of the ground was, and so it was literal. Okay.
Yeah. So if anybody's seen 5 Element Ninja, it's that type of burrowing.
Okay.
Or Power Rangers. I think they've used this sort of burrowing in Power Rangers.
Probably,
in the past as well.
Imagine the
that's what
thing
I've
where the
seen.
guy, you can literally see them burrowing under the ground, and then they come up through the surface and attack.
But it's not very subtle. It's like they've got like little explosions as they tunnel under the ground. You can hear it, boom, 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 boom. And then they jump out.
All right. I'm going to dog bashing stick one of them then. I'm going to go right in there and get them before they can launch stuff at me again. And I got a 10.
All right, that's gonna hit. And you're using your stick.
Yeah,
Right,
dog
okay.
bashing stick.
All right, roll damage.
Oh, cathartically too. Cathartically.
Roll damage.
All right, that's 4 open damage. So wait, open damage. How's that work again? I'm sorry.
So
I'm
open
just-
damage, you tell me the result of every die, and you apply every success as a wound.
Okay. Well, I did not do great.
What did you get? Because
4
they might have really low hardiness.
Okay. 5, 1, 3, 4.
5, 1, 3, 4. All right, so you actually didn't do too bad.
Okay.
You did 3 wounds to them, just so you know. So you crack them in the skull, and you can hear the. What was that?
And it also drains 2 points of hardiness too. I forgot to.
Okay, does it? So just ask a question. Does it drain the hardiness, or is it just for the purposes of calculating damage? Because that would make a difference here.
It literally says and drains 2 points of hardiness.
All right. Okay. All right. So.
That's like 1 hardiness. Basically. Yeah. A breeze could injure them.
Yeah. So you hit him, and you just see his face. All the blood drains from his face, and he just looks ghostly white.
All right.
And let's see. Bronze Master is going to take his attack. And he fires an arrow at them. And he gets one of the guys in the chest.
Is he using a technique?
No, he's just firing an arrow.
Okay.
And All right, so that was Adam. So Dalfung's turn.
Okay. How close are they to each other?
I mean, they're not that far away from each other because you guys were kind of like in the center of a small clearing, and they just leapt out of the ground at you.
Okay. Trying to think, should I go for one massive attack on one of them or a decent attack on all of them?
So none of them have gone down yet?
Nope, they're all still standing.
They're all taking quite a bit of beating, so maybe spreading out your damage a bit might...
Yeah, alright. I'm gonna use Spearing Blade on them cathartically. So, with my butterfly swords. And I got a 6 on the attack against parry.
All right, how many are you attacking?
All of them if I can.
And what weapon are you using?
Butterfly swords.
All right. Let's see. That's against parry. So you're going to succeed.
Okay, they all take 3 wounds because there's no damage roll on Spearing Blade.
Oh, all right. So you just sort of impale them on your butterfly swords. One of them goes down right away. Another one goes down, and there are only 2 remaining after that. And that leads us back to Kenny.
I'm just going to quickly check what special characteristics of Fly Whisk. There's nothing special about Fly Whisk. It's roped up, which can restrain, right?
Yep.
Okay. I might try to yeah, I might try to catch one of them with dart. What's the
Steven, is Elliot back, or is that just...
He's almost back.
Okay.
I messaged from a couple minutes ago saying he's almost home.
They're masked, right? And based on my knowledge, like, if I chucked sleeping powder in their faces, that wouldn't would it have any effect through a cloth mask on their face?
It might hinder the effect a little bit.
Yeah.
They'd be better situated than you guys to avoid the effects.
Yeah. Just take him out, I guess. I will cathartically... no, I won't. Oh, I can use Storming Needles. I'm going to cathartically Storming Needles them.
Okay.
Since they seem to like using projectiles, I'll do the same.
All right.
You're
going to go for both of them?
Yeah. So I can throw 3 extra needles per rank of chi at a single target. So 50 needles split between the both of them. 7 and 8, I guess. Unless one looks particularly wounded, or are they both freshly...
One of them looks more wounded than the other.
Okay. Yeah, the one that looks more wounded can take 7 needles, and the other one can take 8.
Right.
So, light melee against evade. There's no damage roll on this one. I got a 9 against evade.
9 against evade. All right, so that is going to hit. They both have a counter that they're going to try. All right, so they both do the thing where they like really quickly try to deflect all of the needles coming at them. One of them is doing that, and the needles all just riddle his body and have the full effect. The other one manages to deflect them all, so that they just kind of harmlessly fall to the ground.
Cool. I don't actually know what damages does because it doesn't actually say.
What technique are you using?
Storming needles.
Um,
It's just standard needle damage, so
yeah, it
that's
would be
like
standard needle damage.
okay.
That's by the
Standard.
number of needles that you do.
Damage is 0d10, but I'm
Yeah, but look at the entry.
oh, there's an actual thing.
Yeah. It's more complicated than that.
2 needles, 2. I didn't expect to have to do maths here. Hold on. 2 needles do 1d10. 3 needles do. Okay, so just one less than the number of needles I. So which one? So the 7 and 8. Which one got blocked?
The 7 got blocked.
So either way, I'm rolling 6d10. And each one's doing 1 damage, or
No, it's a regular damage roll.
okay.
Unless Storming Daggers has some other effect on it. Or Storming Needles has some other effect.
No, it doesn't.
Are those coated with poison?
No, I using plain needles this time around.
Okay.
9 at the highest.
Alright, so I just want to look at the technique and...
It is only a Chi 1 technique, so...
Okay, that's fair.
I've copy pasted it into Skype.
Alright. So that guy actually does fall to the ground.
What a wimp.
3 needles like knock him to the earth. What was that?
That was the pasting the storming needles technique in the chat.
Oh, okay. And just give me 1 second. My wife wants me to check for a package she ordered, so I just gotta go check the door really quick. Hold on.
So Steve, how do we upgrade Deflecting Canopy into Shroud of Heaven?
Don't know.
It's already pretty damn good, to be honest.
Yeah. The only thing I could logically think of anyway that would work would be like splitting the breaking the projectiles and sending more than you got thrown at you back. So it'd just be like a whole load of there's like shards of metal coming down at them.
I mean, like from a flavor point of view, I think Deflecting Canopy is best suited against like small stuff like flying daggers, needles, and shurikens, and arrows as well. But if Shroud of Heaven would work on stuff like cannonballs as well, that'd be pretty
Boulders.
badass. Like heavy, like not just like small range, but large range weaponry as well. Because at the moment, I believe like Brendan would just say, a cannonball would just shoot through your cloth canopy, which is perfectly acceptable. But things with higher penetration would just ignore the canopy. But if we upgraded it to a shroud, then maybe that'd be a different story. I just realized, like, even the regular one is pretty damn bonkers.
Yeah.
It's reducing the damage dice of such attacks by 1d10 per rank of chi. At our level, we're reducing projectile damage by 5d10. Like, it basically nullifies most projectiles.
Yeah, which is why I've just been using it regularly rather than cathartically.
I'm using it for sort of action economy because doing damage at the same time as not taking damage is always good.
I'm trying to preserve my imbalance points.
Yeah.
Could come up against someone really big and I want to use like a bunch of cathartic biting blades.
We need to teach Ping how to use Deflecting Canopy.
Yeah.
It's like the crew's signature move at this point. You can probably do it with like your.
Have you got Waja, Adam?
I do. I got 2 ranks.
Oh, we can teach him it then.
Yeah, and it's a Chi 1 technique, so it only costs you 3 XP for it.
Yeah, 3.
Dog bashing stick is way so I'm comfortable
I think
with
Flight
that.
of the Hawk's the next one I'm going to pick up.
We need a flying technique of some sort.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna pick up. That's why I'm gonna pick up Flight of the Hawk next session because I'm 1 XP off it.
Yeah, I've Qigong and Huaiji are my two things.
I got myself realigned especially from Qigong to Neigong, and I've not got a single Neigong technique. That's a lie. That's a lie. I have finger flick, which has been useful when trying to poison the general and poisoning various other people.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally the only thing I've used. I've got no counters for or anything. I don't think any of Iron God Monk's techniques are really good. Hello.
Oh, sorry about my being late.
Oh, that's okay.
I was really.
It's okay. Just glad you could join us.
And
Me too.
oh, look what I got in the mail just now. I had to sit.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah.
What is
Buddha's
that?
Palm. Nice.
Buddha's
so you ordered
Palm.
it online.
Oh, wow.
Issue 1.
Issue 1. Mint condition issue 1? Or
I mean, yeah, but
reprints?
I don't. I really. Well, I wouldn't call it mint, but it's good enough. It's good enough to read. I don't think it's worth all that much money since I didn't pay all that much for it.
Just put some chewing gum in there and it'll be mint.
That's what I'll do, and then I'll charge people an arm and a leg on eBay, and then when they get
Yeah,
mad,
and just put in a few mint leaves,
Yeah.
you know? So when they open it, they're like, oh, mint condition. You
I'll
know?
just open up the dictionary and say, look, a word's a word.
I have a
Just pour in a load of, like, mint hair conditioner in there. And just it's mint condition.
I have mint out in the garden outside.
I don't know if
you a whole
I have
handful.
a feeling comic book fans take that kind of humor not so well.
I've never known.
Without the grace and virtue that we might expect.
Yeah.
I've never known comic book fans to be less than, having a lack of sense of humor and getting outraged about things really isn't their deal. I think you'll be okay.
Nah, that's...
My
Yeah.
favorite one of like those kind of jokes I've seen was like an eBay listing for I think it was like an iPhone 7 or 8, and it was just like an iPhone 3 or 4 and a Yu-Gi-Oh polymerization card.
Yes, I remember that. Oh, that's genius. So I fucked up my thumb today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a bit of an annoying thing. I can go into it another time, though. We can do roleplay first, though. That's what I'm excited for.
So Elliot, I'm going to get to you in a second because you were
No
storming
worries.
Flying Dragon Fortress with your men there. But they're in the middle of fighting these ninja, and there's one standing, right? That was where we had left off?
Yeah.
All right.
Just, where do these ninjas come from again?
They came from under the ground.
Oh, wow, okay. So
No,
this was
they come from the
response-
eastern. They come from the Eastern Sea, but in terms of
In terms of where they came out in the combat orientation so far, they emerged from the ground.
Yeah, they're not mole men, so...
That
Well,
The
being said,
dwarf
though,
ninjas.
this is in retaliation to our doing little strikes and stuff at the remaining 15,000 army of people without their general. No?
No idea. We
We're split.
basically came across a battlefield and found like a bunch of dead Jade bandits. We managed to revive one of them, and then like these ninjas popped out the ground.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And the Fox Bandits had all been attacked by Shuriken, so...
Ah.
So it's probably nothing to do with us. I think we may have just stumbled into more trouble, not actually a
Yeah, I suggest what you do is you gather up that trouble and then you bring it with us.
We're good at that. We always do.
You know, just gather up the storm, build up its power and then divert its course to some other cunts.
We'll work on that, yeah.
they're trying.
All right. So it's the ninja's turn, and he kind of gets into a stance and reaches for his blade, and he does the thing where he kind of passes in like an odd, very like he suddenly appears on the other side of all of you guys. Do you know what I mean? and during that span, he's,
and they sheathed his sword.
yeah. And so, but he got a 7 on his attack roll. So,
Not as impressive as it actually
Yeah.
is.
You hear a clinking sound
Yeah.
as the sword is returned to its scabbard.
so I don't know if that hits you guys or not. It's a 7 against parry.
Oh, it does actually hit. Does it
Yeah, it
hit
would
me?
hurt.
A
Yeah, it would
7
hit,
against
yeah.
parry. Yeah, that'll hit me.
All right. Do you
But it
want?
depends on which side. Like, if he's like, is he going towards Adam Davon's side or my side? Like,
Mm.
because we're kind of surrounding him. We can't. He can't really appear on both on the other side.
Well, he's basically moving in a line through you guys. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
okay,
like, he can
yeah.
still take that path.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll hit.
I'm gonna whirling dodge.
Same here.
I'm gonna do a regular cathartic, but
All right, you got a big 7 on his attack roll. So
yeah, I'm gonna do it cathartically.
Yeah, same
You really
here.
need to.
I got
Holy
a 7.
crap.
Did you say you got a 7 on the attack roll?
You succeed.
Yes.
I cannot believe this. I got 2 10s again. That's like
Oh.
the last whirling dodge. That's my move.
and you were doing cathartically, Adam.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Right,
you
so
don't
you-
spend any imbalance, which is also good. I'm going to do mine cathartically as well.
All right, so Adam leaps gracefully out of the way. Steven, did you succeed?
I got a 7, so I think so.
All right, yeah. So you leap out of the way just by the hair. You're just kind
I got a
of.
9 and a 2, so
All right. So
Get in my teeth.
yeah, you can feel like the blade kind of like give you a close shave, but other than that, you're fine. And his back is facing all of you at the end of this, and he probably looks far more proud of himself than he should. And Adam, it's your turn.
All right, I'm gonna land next to him gracefully and give him a dog bashing stick again. So
keep him alive. I'll call out.
okay, I'll non-lethally hit him with a dog bashing stick then. And I got a 10.
All right, that's gonna hit.
Good thing you specified non-lethally.
Yeah, I know. It's going well.
Is this still the guy who's been drained of like 2 points of hardness?
No, that guy dropped a while ago.
Oh yeah.
The needle did him in.
So I got an 8, an 8, a 4, and a 3.
And
Is that
and
open?
add 1d10 as well
Oh,
because you
oh yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot the extra 10. Yeah, and a 6.
And a 6. All right, so. All right, you
And
did
of
4
course-
wounds to him.
All right. And of course the hardiness drain too. 2
All right,
points.
And again, he kind of turns ghostly white from the attack.
Huh.
And Bronze
Not look-
Master is going to do something.
He's going to turn himself into copper.
and then grow claws.
No, he's going to do something a little bit more dramatic.
Is Bronze Master the Tin Man from Wizard of Oz fusioned with like a copper man?
Probably not.
It's probably for the best.
All right, so
The 10 man if you join the police.
Pardon?
10 man if you join the police.
Yes, mate. Oh my god. We should make a story about that. Tin Man in the police force calling himself Bronze. Don't know if there's much depth.
there we go. All right, so he just sends out this massive wave of burning energy, and it hits the ninja, and the ninja catches on fire
Yay!
and begins screaming. And Steven, it's your turn.
I think I'm just gonna look a bit dumbfounded. Just have like my surprise to take my turn.
Okay, so you're passing on your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. So who does? Oh, that brings us to Kenny.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone just randomly catch fire before.
It happens. Spontaneous combustion.
Flaming chi and all that.
I mean, even without that, it still happens in the real world.
Yeah, I roll a random flaming combustion check every day or so, just to.
What about the alligators?
The alligators? The alligators in the toilets, that kind of thing.
Alligators are everywhere.
There's an alligator in your soup bowl. It bites
Roll
off
speed.
Your head. Yeah.
I'm going to do a cathartic finger flick on him then,
Okay.
and try to be non-lethal with it. Like melee.
Are those open damage, the finger flicks?
Cathartically, yes.
Okay.
I got a 7 against evade.
That actually might miss him. Yeah, that misses him. So that means it's
Yes. Stop, drop, and roll.
yeah, he's on fire. So number one, he takes more damage. Oh crap! All right, he collapses into the ground, and he's still flaming.
Can I like
On
put
the
it
ground
back?
or in the ground?
On the ground. On the ground. Sorry. Yeah. Well, I should have been more precise with these guys.
Can I extinguish him and then see
Make
if
a
he's
medicine
alive?
roll. Make a medicine roll, because I think that's really your angle here. You probably.
I'm going to Jade Valley Fawn him.
All right, you're gonna do that.
Yeah, I'm going to Jade Valley Fawn him.
All right. So let's see here.
It's 50-50, right?
Yeah, but I gotta look and see what the two effects are. All right, so it's a question of whether it's a viper thorn or a water thorn. So he's either going to suffer a single wound, which would obviously kill him, among the other horrible things that will happen to him, or he's going to heal a wound and experience profound euphoria. All right, so here's what you're going to do. You roll me a d10, and on a 1 through 5, it's a viper thorn. On a 6 through 10, it's a water thorn.
I got a 10.
Oh, all right. So you prick him with the thorn, and he heals. And
I'm straining him, I guess.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I assume you put him out too.
Yeah.
And so he's back to health, but he's burned to a crisp and in a delirious state because of the water thorn. Also, he's just so he's like it seriously impacts a person's resolve, and it also completely messes with their ability to move around and with any amount of coordination.
Don't technically need to bind him that much. Just make sure you can't. Oh, just bind his hands.
Well, I will point out he is still a ninja, so you might.
Yeah.
So he's just kind of like
legs.
rolling his head like this, and
I guess I start questioning him. Who are you? What are you doing here?
he just sort of looks at you like he doesn't understand what you're saying.
Does anybody speak Japanese? I mean, Japanese analog. Do they all speak the same language?
There is a Japanese analog in the setting,
Okay.
or at least there is one in my campaigns, I should say.
Yeah. Well, he's alive for now. Can I search him and see if he has anything on him?
Yeah. You actually do find a burnt piece of paper that has, or a stack of papers, 4 of them. They're not They're not all that recognizable because of the flames, but it looks like depictions of you guys. And the one or two that are intact are incredibly accurate. Incredibly accurate.
For once, I thought we stumbled into a problem we didn't start, but I guess
It all comes round in the end. There are 4 posters? I thought Ping wasn't on any of them.
Oh, it might be now then.
No, this one has Ping on it. And this is not a wanted poster.
Oh, well, that's interesting. So this could be from someone on the inside that we've been doing business with. That.
Oh, and there's also I'm a bit suspicious about Bronze Master.
Yeah, I've been pretty suspicious of him this whole time.
It feels like he was trying to erase the evidence type of thing, right? Right when we said, keep him alive, he decides to use his flaming palm technique or whatever it was to incinerate, literally burn the evidence.
Yeah.
What the other ninjas? Do they also have papers on them?
You want to search them?
Yeah.
Yeah, they all have those papers.
But no writing on them.
No writing, just perfect depictions of you guys.
And how's
Take them. You can frame them.
Do they have any money?
Yeah.
No, they have nothing else on them at all. That's all. These guys came with a mission.
That's right.
Guys, if they're perfect likenesses, then they're probably pretty well drawn. You know, you could just pass it off as a portrait that you got commissioned at some point.
I'll keep
Hey, what's
some,
up, bro? Oh yeah, I heard this guy.
awesome.
Why does it say "kill" underneath it?
Yeah. I'll keep some to sign and hand out to my fans. But,
Get a photocopier.
All right, so I'm going to switch over to Elliot right now.
Okay.
Elliot, you're traveling with who? You have a big posse of people with you, right?
Yeah, we had, I think it was 200 disciples from Longmar Hall, or 201. And we also had the master and disciple from Blue Orchid Manor, I think it was.
Was it Heaven Cloud Manor?
Heaven Cloud Manor may be the one. It was the one that was near Longmar Hall. I went to it before then.
Yeah, let me just, I'm always getting this name confused. Let me just, Blue Cloud Manor, sorry, Blue Cloud Manor.
Blue Cloud Manor.
So Mr.
Right,
Gao and Laughing Wind, Li Shen.
Yeah, they're with me as well. And also, I think 100 beggars from the beggar sect.
Oh, you know what? I think they stayed behind with the rest of the crowd.
Cool. No worries. I wasn't exactly sure what they were doing. I knew that I was definitely going with the Longmar Hall people. So our idea was that we were going to split ourselves into units, and I'd take a position in one unit somewhere, maybe assuming the lead, but also willing to defer myself to anybody whom is a more capable strategist to put myself at better use in the action, because I'm quite willing to get into the action here.
Okay, so how do you want to do it then? Because, I mean, Mr. Gao is a pretty smart guy. And
I was thinking of setting up the units into units of about 4 or 5. So there would be one unit, if it's 4 or 5, that would have one extra person, being myself. So if it's all comprised of units of 5 people, there'd be one unit of 6 with myself. If it was all comprised of units of 4 people, then it would be all units of 4 except for one unit of 5 with myself.
All right, so you basically have 40 squads, and
cool.
What are you trying to do with these squads of I mean, it's basically, essentially, I think it's what you'd probably have is you would have squads falling under the command of either you, Raging Bear,
or
Laughing
a
Wind,
squad leader and stuff inside of those things. Yeah, that's the intention. And the idea is that during this time that they are trying to retreat back to their garrison, we're looking to do hit and run tactics on them in a variety of different ways.
Okay.
So that may include using the geography around to create impassable routes, to mean that they have to detour, setting up ambushes at those points, trying to sabotage their food supplies, trying to deny them entry from any settlements nearby if they try to raid those for food supplies to keep themselves going. Basically, we're running a diversionary hit-and-run tactics on these to try and wear them down and keep them from getting back to the garrison for as long as possible.
All right.
Then, if possible, we may even try and take them out if they're sufficiently weakened.
All right. So if that's the case, this is the perfect opportunity to use the commando roles. So, so how many squads do you want to command?
How many people are there whom are actually capable? And Boris Drunken Sword will be taking the recommendations from the Longmire Hall people towards whom they have their faith in.
So you could basically divide it into each person having 10 squads under them. Each of the main, you know what I mean? You have 10 squads, Raging Bear has 10 squads, Laughing Wind has 10 squads, and Mr. Gao has 10 squads.
Excellent. Yeah, okay. From those, I would like the most excellent strategist whom is also willing to try and pull off the most confrontational assaults. So any ones where we're actively attacking or sabotaging supplies and stuff, rather than just doing diversionary stuff, scouting or etc. Any of those, I would say, put myself in their 10 squads.
Okay.
Right? And have them.
Well, no, you would be in command of 10 squads yourself. In this situation.
In that situation, in which case, what I'd rather do is have 2 people, Mr. Gao and the most capable one from Longmire Hall, being in charge of 17 squads.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
The other one from Longmire Hall being in charge of 16, right? Them being set up into their own kind of unique things they're doing. So one would be on geography, trying to manipulate the paths, scouting out and stuff, etc. One would be on ambushing attacks, and one would be on more upfront attacks, which would be the 2 groups of 17. So I would like to be in any of the squads that's in upfront attacks. I imagine that Boris Drunken Sword might even be hopping from squad to squad as he sees himself needed in any of the conflicts.
I get you. All right, so why don't you do this? Why don't you make me a survival roll to see how many people you kill during the day?
Would this be survival wilderness?
Yes.
Wow. 1, 2, 2.
Oh, all right. All right.
The Diddy Die landed on a bit of backing.
All right, so things take a really ominous turn for Boris Drunken Sword. Boris Drunken Sword, you're out there. You're sneaking around looking for opportunities to kill retreating soldiers, and you see a group of retreating soldiers going over the crest of a hill, and as you approach them, you look over the hill and you can see a vast army approaching everybody. Hold on here. About 20,000 men.
20,000, okay.
20,000 men. And the 5 guys that you were chasing suddenly turn around and look you square in the eye.
Excellent.
And you have a squad of 6 guys behind you or something from Longmire Hall.
Well, it would be 5 people.
Okay.
It would be 5 people. I would have been the 6th in this situation.
Okay. So you and 5 Longmire Hall disciples.
Okay, excellent. 1 second, whilst I just
and can you
bring up my character sheet again.
What's your detect?
I think it's 1d10, but it may be 2. Let me just bring up the character sheet. It should be up in just a second. It is 2d10.
Oh, okay. All right, so what you see is a very organized army with the banners of the senior Grand Counselor himself. And you hear all kinds of battle horns, and it's pretty crazy. This is like a very unexpected sight. Whereas you thought this was just a retreating army that you were dealing with. It looks like reinforcements have arrived.
Okay. So, in which case, I'm going to loudly call out, drunkenly, but I'm going to put on maybe a little bit of deception on this. I do have 1d10 in it. To go, excellent! We found them finally! They're all here! You five, go back and get our army! Let's do it! Yeah!
All right, so I'm going to need you to make a command roll as well in this situation.
Sure. I'm also going to be like blabbering on about how long I've waited before showing each one of these scum-sucking bastards what it's like to be murdered in cold blood, just like they did to the citizens of that city. When I get each of them, oh my god, I'm going to shove my saber so far down their throats they would be just rue the day. Rue it! So, 1 deception roll, which is at 1d10. Fuck yeah, I got a 7. Not too bad. And a command roll, which is also at 1d10. Damn it!
What'd you get?
It was a 9, then it moved over to 1.
Oh, okay, all right. So the Longma Hall people all look at you, and then they look at each other, and they just start running. They just start running like crazy in like 4 different directions.
Good, I see you all see where to go! Excellent!
and armies are approaching you. Thousands of men are approaching you now, with pikes drawn.
How far away are they?
They're oddly close. I mean, they're about 50 yards away, which, I mean, to not see an army that size.
You'd have to roll a 2 or lower on survival roll.
Brendan.
Uh-huh.
I'd come up with a kind of idea of combining a few techniques that I'd learned recently to do something pretty crazy.
Okay, what is it?
Wow. If you look at the technique Phantom Phoenix Sword from Waija, which is achieved 5, basically, if you succeed, you can create a sword that deals 1d10 damage per chi level, plus 2 extra wounds, which lasts for 1 round per rank of chi. If you do it cathartically, I believe it does 1d10 per chi level plus 3 extra wounds. Yep. And it lasts for 1 hour per rank of chi. Now, you can also use the Chi 4 technique, Weapon Hunts for Food, which allows you to throw your melee weapon at a foe and it attacks on its own. And if you use it cathartically, it remains airborne, attacking independently.
Okay.
All right? Now, my question is, I could do that with the Phantom Phoenix Sword. Could I then use Sword Whipping Strike with that Phoenix Phantom Sword that's attacking independently?
Oh, you want to see if you can combine those two?
Yeah. So that on the first round, I'd have my Phantom Phoenix Sword, and I could throw it out with the Weapon Hunts for Food, and then whilst it's independently attacking, I can use it to do extra sword whipping strikes whilst I do my own ones.
This is a really crucial moment to have to make a rule call like this on.
Well, I had been talking about it last session, right? If you listen to the thing, I even described it at one point to these guys when you went off for something.
Okay, is that true?
He did mention it.
Okay.
He just didn't think it'd be relevant so soon.
I didn't think it would be relevant so soon. I was thinking about mentioning it when I sat down today.
All right, so I'm just this is a complicated maneuver you're doing. So you're using the Phantom Phoenix Sword, which lasts 1 round per rank of chi,
or 1 hour per rank of chi. If you've done it beforehand and cathartically.
Oh
right?
yeah, or an hour. Yeah, an hour per rank of chi.
Exactly.
So
then the idea is you use a Weapon Hunts for Food to launch this extra sword that you've created into a mass crowd, of this army.
Okay.
Right. And then for the 5 rounds for myself, that it would be acting independently after I've thrown it, because it's 2 rounds plus 1 per rank of Waija, which I've got 3 in. If it could use the technique Sword Whipping Strike.
So
because I'd still be able to do my own attacks and actions, so I'd definitely be able to do Sword Whipping Strikes for my own one. I'm just wondering if that sword would be restricted to attacking one person at a time, or if it could use the Sword Whipping Strikes.
So I think
using my imbalance if I'm doing cathartically, obviously. Or could it do it
Yeah,
mundane?
So I'm thinking that. Okay. So number one, I think you can do it, but you're still gonna have to make like the weapon hunts for food is like a separate
roles, yeah.
role. So
Yeah. No, it's a separate role. So you do the weapon hunts for food your first round, and then after that you can start sword whipping, spiking all the time, and you're getting off 2 of them. So you're essentially hitting like 80 people per round.
And keep in mind, you're fighting an army here, so this is going to be groups of people attacking you. It'll be somewhat different than fighting individual men. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, but I'm kind of like prepared for that, but also not. Like I am seriously thinking of just booking it the fuck away right now. Right? I'm not an idiot. That's 20,000 people. We've seen when 6 people are grouped up on me, I don't stand much of a chance. You know. The only exception being when I kill them all before they reach me with sword whipping strike. You know. If I did get sword whipping strike off with my extra sword, which would be great because I'd set it up already, and then I'd have it for hours, and I could just weapon hunts for food whenever it, you know, recalls, right? Then I could be taking out up to 60 people per round, which would obviously actually make one a contender against big units in an army, you know. Although my idea was that I'd be doing it with a few more units, you know, and like them weakened and shit. Not by myself. Although, what a fucking legend that would create.
All right, so you can do it. Well, I'm going to, at least for this battle, I'll allow it, and we'll kind of hold the final decision on how this works mechanically in abeyance because I really need time to...
Okay.
Well, let's just say that this time around, like, the residual energy from the chi spirit is letting you do some crazy shit.
Woo!
But for this time,
case,
we'll allow it, for sure.
Well, I'm guessing I would not have had my Phantom Phoenix sword prepared for this army, which I was not seeing coming around the corner.
No, because you were going around probably stabbing people in the throat and stuff was your game.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to start retreating backwards, right, and cast my Phantom Phoenix sword cathartically.
All right, so why don't you make a roll?
Yeah, it's medium melee TN 6, I believe, unless the TN's been increased. It's not a counter, so I don't think it has. So that's 3d10. Get me a 10. Go on. Yes, I got a 10.
All right. So, and did you say you do it cathartically?
Yeah, cathartically.
All right. So you cast it, and the phantom sword appears.
It's gonna last 5 hours.
And you hear
I'm retreating, by the way. Yeah, I'm moving backwards.
You hear a drum banging, and the men start charging at you. In a like the first line of troops or the rows of troops start coming at you.
Yeah. I mean, I assume that I'm a bit faster than them as I'm by myself, not heavily laden down with all sorts of weapons and stuff. I've mostly got, like, my robes and my wine. My wine may be the heaviest thing on me.
So,
apart from my conscience at this moment.
So, they also have to cover some distance to get to you. So you want to try to attack... I mean, how quickly or slowly are you stepping back?
I'll be doing it relatively quickly. I've got speed 3, so I want to, if anything, be matching up with their pace at this moment, at least.
Okay, so that's going to be a tactical move that you'll be making each round to determine whether you succeed or not.
Sure. Okay.
And we'll use survival for that purpose, unless you have like stratagems or something.
Would I get my bonus in survival expertise travel for that? Or...
No, this would be. This is more of like a tactical situation.
Yeah, I get it. No worries. I don't like the look of this dice. Go on. I got a 7.
You got a 7. All right. So that was on your survival roll.
Yeah.
All right. So
I got a 10 on the Phantom Phoenix sword roll.
All right.
Yeah.
So you start stepping back, and you can see that they're starting to form a U shape around you.
Yeah. So they're going to try and encircle me. I know.
And so it's you feel that for now you have them at a distance, but in time you might be.
I get it.
Your options will be limited.
Whereabouts in relation to myself would the rest of the kind of like forces be?
Your forces
I know we're probably spread out, but would they be like directly behind me, or directly behind me a bit to the left? Or directly behind me a bit to the right?
Wait, which forces? Theirs or yours?
Ours, mine.
All right. What's your detect?
2d10.
All right. So your forces are getting the hell out of here. They are moving away at rapid speeds. Looking back, you can see that everybody has decided collectively to run away.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Whereabouts on the map are we?
You are right by Flying Dragon Fortress.
Let me just bring up the map from last week's session because I've got it there.
So in terms of
we're
terrain,
right by Flying Dragon Fortress, and where would be so everybody would be close towards Galchen. In which case, I will start with my tactical retreat, moving slightly diagonally backwards, right? Approaching closer towards one of the further sides of the forces which are trying to encircle me.
Mm-hmm.
So that I can try and break out there, further away from the other forces who are coming from the other ways and stuff, and then start making a full-on retreat, my own way, possibly distracting everybody else a bit further from other people.
Okay, all right. So you also have time now to make the weapon hunts for food roll if you want.
Excellent. Yep, I'd love to do that. So cathartically again, weapon hunts for food. So I can throw it up to 20 feet per rank of chi, so that's 100 feet. So how far away would 100 feet get me? Would that get right of the disparate forces of this first line of people?
That would you would get into the rows of the first line of men that are coming at you.
Would I be able to get right to the edge of that?
Yes. Yeah, you could do that as well.
Because that's where I want to start attacking, and then I want to start allowing the sword to start covering my retreat by opposing people.
So you're kind of going to cut a line that clears a path.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Okay, so I'll do the weapon hunts for food there, just picking out one poor sod and chucking it at him. So it's any melee against parry. So it's my Phantom Phoenix sword. My Phantom Phoenix sword, I imagine, would be in the shape of any sword that I've been using, up to this point, which would be a Jian sword.
Okay.
So I'd get 2d10 to the attack roll, I believe.
But at this point, you're only hitting one target, right? Am I correct?
Yeah, only hitting one target at this moment. So I'd be rolling 5d10. Let me just find... I can't find my other d10 at this moment, so I'll just re-roll two of the lowest. Okay, so I've got, a 2, a 3, and a 10. And I got a 2 and a 2. So I got 2, 2, 2, 3, 10. Yeah.
That was the attack roll?
That was the attack roll with weapon hunts for food. It's
so
against parry.
So roll damage?
Okay, so it's just 5d10 damage on this Phantom Phoenix sword because it's just done off my chi ranks. No muscle.
+1 for your 10.
But it does do +1 for my 10, so that's 6d10. Also, it does 3 extra wounds.
Okay.
So I got, a 1, a 7, and a 10.
All right. It cuts off the guy's head.
One second. I got a 4 and a 7 and a 9. So yeah, right. 10 at the highest again.
Super, super dead, this guy. He just collapses and his head is on the ground.
So my sword, I just throw my sword and it kind of swoops through the air and then just swings around and beheads him before returning and standing upright right where his head was, as his body just collapses to the ground.
Can you make another survival roll for your tactical retreat?
Sure. 2d10. I got an 8 at the highest.
All right. So they continue to sort of enclose around you, and you can see that there's actually an additional layer of troops coming from either flank.
I could imagine they'd start doing that. But am I still looking like I'll be able to break out of the encirclement if I keep with this direction and attack in that area?
If you run away right now, you probably can.
Yeah, because now I don't need to do any other actions. The Phantom Phoenix sword with weapon hunts for food, it's acting independently. I imagine any imbalance or anything from doing sword whipping strike cathartically would go to myself, obviously. But I can do other actions or attacks, so I'm just going to start booking it proper whilst I let my Phantom Phoenix sword for 5 rounds whiz about them doing sword whipping strikes.
Okay. All right. All right. So why don't we make? So you're gonna
proper
try.
Shansha.
So you're gonna try to just run away, right?
Yeah, I'm sprinting at full speed, trying to break out of the encirclement.
How long do you want the sword to do that for?
It lasts for 5 rounds there before it returns back to me automatically, and I need to do another weapon hunts for food. So for 5 rounds, I'll try 5 cathartic sword whipping strikes through it.
Okay. So,
potentially hitting 150 people if all of it succeeds.
all right. So why don't we make one roll, if that's fair? And
Okay, yeah, I'm cool with that. It's 5d10. Woo! Wish me luck. Oh yeah. Also, I think with the sword whipping strike as well, cathartically, it does however many d10 open damage to them, but it would also have the +3 wounds. Yeah, I think it's 3d10 with sword whipping strike cathartically, and it would deal with 3 extra wounds from whatever. So.
And how many targets does it hit each one?
Okay, I've rolled a 2, a 5, and a 6 so far. Rerolling 2 of them for 5d10. I've got a 6 and a 6.
All right, those are actually going to hit.
I've got 666 on my desk.
Those are going to hit. So how many targets do you hit?
30 targets each time.
Cathartically, it's used against 10 targets per rank of Yjar, so 30 people.
30 people. All right, so I'm just going to apply that to all 5 rounds now.
Okay. So that would be 150 people at 3d10 plus 3 wounds.
So roll the damage, and as long as you succeed, you're going to kill them because they're soldiers.
Cool. Yes. So it's 5d10. 3d10 open damage. One of them fell off the table. Wow, a 2 and a 3, and a 1. No, a 7. A 7.
You got a 7? All right. So you at least think there's extra wounds too, right?
Yeah, there's 3 extra wounds.
All right.
So if
you kill 150 men, and it's pretty messy because these were obviously not clean kills based on that roll. So can you make a speed roll for the escape?
Yeah, sure. That's 3d10. Damn it! I don't.
What?
Is that cocked?
I can't see it. Can somebody else?
It's really normal.
Yeah, that looks like it just landed on the packet.
It landed on the packet, but it's fully on the packet, you know?
What do you guys think? A 3-way vote on this one. I'm not...
I wouldn't say that's cocked.
I wouldn't say that's cocked. Just clean your desk, man.
Yeah.
My desk is a very, very messy thing, okay?
All right, so...
It's how I operate, Kenny!
So the vote is in. You are in the clear. You escape. And you were able to rejoin your companions who have also escaped into the hills there.
If we escape, how did the situation look like as I was fully retreating? Like, were they still chasing after me? Did they react negatively to the fact
No, it looked like they were making a point more than anything else.
In which case, I'll keep my distance and I'll throw out my sword with my weapon hunts for food again at them.
Okay, you are provoking them, you know.
Yeah,
okay.
I know. Like, I've gotten to a safe spot again, and then I'm throwing it out again. Fuck you guys!
All right. So I'm gonna come back to you in a moment, but I'm gonna switch back to them
Sure
for 20 minutes. All right. So guys, what are you doing with the ninjas here?
Can I say one thing just before?
Yeah.
I'll shout out to all the other forces in the area, going, "These bastards ain't so tough!"
I think everybody's doing a simple calculation in their head.
I think you've just taken 18 in balance. Because you used 5 sword whipping strikes cathartically, and then you had to use weapons hunts or food cathartically. And you got a 10 for your...
The question is whether I succeeded on that weapon hunts for food, because I didn't roll it. I did get 15 in balance, definitely, from the sword whipping strikes. I'm willing to enter in balance again, though. Like, for a shrunken sword, from his experience with it...
All right, so wait, are you imbalanced at this point?
No, I'm not. I'd be at 15 out of 17 until I resolve the roll to see whether I succeed in the weapon hunts for food.
So in the next round, you could end up...
I could end up in balance next round, yes.
All right. Okay, so we'll see what happens when we come back to Border Struck and Sword. What are you guys doing with the ninja?
I was going to check up on the Jade Bandit guy.
Okay, yeah, he sort of is recovering, but he's alert. And he
I think we
says,
should
"Thank
probably
you."
break the ninja's arms and legs.
Break his arms and legs. And make sure he doesn't have any poison capsules in his teeth.
Just to say, guys, breaking the arms and legs of martial heroes is like worse than death. You know?
I mean, ninjas aren't technically martial heroes.
It's
Yeah,
true,
that's
but like,
fine.
I'm just saying, but
you
the
won't
actions
mind.
that we were taking for so long, like,
We weren't technically martial heroes either.
that's true. We were criminals, martial
Oh,
criminals.
We were martial thugs.
Yeah,
Also, we never said we were like permanently damaging them. They could have been clean breaks.
maybe.
Yeah, we'll carefully set the wounds after we break all his limbs.
So he says, "Thank you for saving me."
Nod and say, who are these people? Why did you have conflict with them? They don't seem to be people from the Central Plains. What do they call it here? It's not Central Plains, is it?
No, but that's reasonable. No, this is more. You're like in the south right now of the Empire, so the Central Plains region would be more north by Nansoon.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, but what did you say to him, Kenny? I was getting the stats from Elliot on the battle. And it distracted me a little bit.
Who are these people and why were they attacking you?
He says, "I don't know. They just came up from the ground and attacked my men."
I hide the pictures of us, stuff them into my pocket. Yes,
Yeah.
I have no clue. That's very strange.
Weird.
He
Don't
says,
think they were trying to use you to get at somebody else, dude.
"He says, is that one still alive?"
We kept him alive so we could ask him questions, but he is heavily sedated and not very lucid at the moment.
He says, "If you let me kill that man, I will be forever in your debt."
But do you not want to find out why? What's going on? You can kill him. I have no qualms with you killing him, but surely, like, knowing what
Let us
was
get
the
the
reason, surely knowing why these people attacked your men, and being able to take revenge on the mastermind is better than killing a nameless rookie or a nameless grunt.
He says, "What you say makes sense." He says, "Very well. What do you suggest we do with him?"
Break his arms and legs, and then we can carry him somewhere and interrogate him.
Spontaneous human combustion.
He says, "I have a small encampment up on the hill. We can take
Then
him
let's
there."
just go there and just make sure that all his men around him are dead and none of them are just like unconscious or whatever.
Okay, so you're just gonna like stab the rest of them?
No, I'm gonna check his men are the Jade Bandits.
Oh, the Jade Bandit. Okay, make a medicine roll to check.
Just go around stabbing with Jade Bandits.
Got a 6 at the highest.
All right, they all look very dead to you. So
Okay.
you suspect he was just a little bit tougher than than his crew. So you
Alright.
you want to break the ninja's arms and legs?
Yeah, we'll stab the other ninjas to make sure they're thoroughly dead.
Sounds
All
like
right.
a good use for dog bashing stick. So
Yeah, why don't you give me a dog bashing stick roll just to see how, not to see if you succeed, but just to see how precise you are in the proceedings.
all right. Oh wait, one of those was not a D10. I got 3 ones.
Oh, all right. So you hit him so hard that he's gonna risk dying here unless Kenny can save him.
Sorry, I got a little carried away.
Kenny, can you roll a medicine roll to try to bring this guy back from the dead? He goes into some kind of shock.
There had to be.
Can I assist him on that?
Huh?
There had-
Can I assist him on the roll?
Yeah, you can assist. I'll add a D10 to the roll.
There had to be a payback, like when the cosmic balance for those 2 10s I got on the whirling dodges.
We've had a very extreme session, I think. Like we've already rolled really high or really low on our stuff.
It was gonna be the bad roll. I'm glad it paid out on him. That's all.
So
I just want to say, I do love how the rolling system in this works out.
Yeah, same here.
I got a 10, a 7, and a 3.
All right, okay, so you managed to revive him.
bring him back to 1 wound again.
This guy is just being tortured. He's brought to the brink of death, then he's resuscitated, and you guys bring him to the Jade Owl camp. And there are some men up there, and they do indeed have like owl banners and stuff. And he takes you into a small tent, and he says, "What should we do here?"
Well, I think we've applied enough torture. Let's try asking questions. Do any of you or your men know Japanese? Air quotes.
He shakes his head.
Kenny, we all know what you've got to do. Speak in your mother tongue, but really slowly and enunciating everything overly.
Well, we could just try asking him. His resolve must be pretty low by now, right?
Yeah, he's pretty depleted of resistance.
I'll just pour water over him to wake him up or whatever, and stare at him.
He stares back at you.
And I have no idea.
You ever heard of
Huh?
You ever heard of waterboarding?
I don't know that he understands our language. If he doesn't understand what we're saying, then it's kind of What is your name?
So he looks at you, and he says, "Death."
It's a very strange name. Is it customary from where you're from to name your children after such inauspicious events?
He shakes his head and he says, "You die." And you can tell he's speaking very broken Daoyun. Daolin.
Who wants to kill me?
He he looks at himself, he looks at you, and he says, "Han."
Fuck is Han? Oh, Scholar Han.
Oh
my god! That's Scholar Han! I thought he was my best friend!
Did the Empire send you?
He says, "What empire?"
Does he not know where we are? Zandao Empire? Is that where we are? No, wait. Is that the name of this empire? It's Zandao.
Zandao.
Yeah. I say Zandao.
He says, "Han."
Interesting. I can't draw.
It could potentially be somebody else.
But he has a very distinct scarring on his face because of what I did to him when he was young. So I'll just sort of gesture to describe his appearance.
Okay. He nods. He says, Han.
So do we need this guy now?
We're Han now.
Absolutely not.
I'll just turn to the Jade Owl Bandit commander and say, I don't think we can get any more out of him. But I know who ordered them.
And Steve, when you say that, he says ship.
He's shipping a relationship between you guys.
Oh,
Where's Shep?
I'm gonna say, what's that woman's name again? Silver Chrysanthemum? Is that the one?
Yeah.
I'll say Silver Chrysanthemum
He nods.
on ship.
He nods.
Is
Are
she
they-
still a cow?
Yeah, she's.
We didn't
Are
kill
they going to? She's a Yao. We didn't kill her, I think. Did we kill her?
No, I mean, we didn't kill her when she was in Yao form. With,
I
like,
don't-
Saber.
Don't think so.
I can't remember.
I
Did
think
run
we
into her?
definitely got into combat with her, with the Yao Rattling Saber, but we
Okay.
didn't kill her.
I think she fled.
Yeah, she started
Yeah.
backing away.
And what do they call their country? It's not the Eastern Archipelagos, whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's what you guys call it.
Archipelagos.
And you don't know what the native name of the place is.
Devon.
I'll ask him, like, are they at the East Islands?
He shakes his head. With army.
At Feishu.
He just kind of looks at you like he's confused.
I'll like draw a rough map of the area of the river thing.
Okay. He points to the area around Gaochun.
Gouch. Oh. Oh. But he said on the ship. What? I'm so confused.
There's a canal right there.
Oh yeah, of course.
And you guys did see ships and the general meeting with somebody on a ship not too long ago.
We missed our chance. Well, now we know. I'll just turn to the Jade Bandit guy and say, looks like one of the dogs of the glorious Emperor sent these men. I'm not sure why they attacked you though. I assume you have no grudges with the Empire, other than being bandits, of course. But you know.
Oh, you're talking to the Jade Owl Bandit?
Yeah.
He says, "Wait, so you what's going on here exactly? Why were my men attacked?"
We don't know. I only know who sent them. They're one of the Empire's new officials. His name is Scholar Han.
Scholar Han.
He has a grudge with me. Or us.
Well, he has a
he
grudge
thinks that-
with the Jade Owl Bandits now.
How big are the Jade Owl Bandits? Can they afford an army of 50,000 people?
I'll just say, I'll be glad to assist if you want to take revenge for your men. This man has been a thorn in our sides for a while, and he was and he caused my father's death, possibly. I'm not sure. Is that true?
Assume as
Indirectly,
much.
yeah. I mean, he pretty
Yeah.
much is responsible for your dad's death.
He was responsible for my father's death.
He didn't land the killing blow or anything, but he definitely
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Responsible and committed are slightly different things.
He says, "Well, you saved my life, and it seems we have a common enemy. So, as I said before, I am in your debt.
I think introductions are in order.
But-
Yeah,
But I would like to kill this man."
I'll nod and say we made no promises with him, and the drugs will wear off soon, and he'll be lucid. I seemed like he wasn't like exactly. It was still like mildly euphoric from the
Yeah.
from the Jade Baddie form, which is why he's so compliant.
Yeah, and so the bandit leader walks over and just stabs him in the throat, and he just leaves the blade there, and then he sits down, and he says, he says, "Well, you may stay here as long as you need, and I will offer what assistance I can. I have 150 men. I don't know if that's enough to take on an official. We usually take on much smaller targets than that."
Mm,
Bring them all along, Mush. We need all we can get.
I'll just like sort of bow, like, you know, clasp my fists and bow and say, my name is Chin Wuji, and this is my brother Chin Daofang, and our friend Ping.
Hi.
Everyone's got like long names. It's like Ping is just Ping. Pitiful Ping.
I am Chief Yen.
And Chief Yen. Is he the? I asked him, do you lead the Jade Bandits?
Oh no, I am very low in the hierarchy. I would have to ask my leader for how many men we can take with us.
I'll nod and say, well, we shouldn't rush into anything because you know, they are the scholar is well guarded, and he has many Yao around him. Are Yao common knowledge? Like, if I said Yao, would he understand what they are?
He probably knows what you mean. Yeah, they're pretty widely known.
The Empire values him.
He says, "Well, do you want me to take you to meet our leader, or do you have other business?"
No, it would be good to meet your leader. We were actually on our way to discuss something.
He says, "Then I will take you to meet Lady Chen."
Lady Chen.
All right.
Cool.
I just found out that I was very lucky.
Why?
I could have been stuck on a train overnight tonight.
Oh yeah.
So-
Somebody's posted that they were stuck 2 minutes away from Salisbury, and they've been stuck for an hour because there was a fire, Steve, at the Wilton Junction.
Ah.
And I think that may have been what delayed me a little bit, getting back into Salisbury before. But I may have been delayed for much, much longer. This other guy, Boipa, who I've met, he says, "Looks like I am sleeping overnight here in train between Salisbury and Tisbury. And day off tomorrow." So, luckily I wasn't doing that route.
So you guys are going to see the leader of the Jade Owl Bandits, and Elliot, what are you doing? I know that you were about to do something monumental here, and I don't want to.
Well, I'll try out the sword whipping strike. Not the sword whipping strike, the weapon hunts for food, cathartically.
Okay.
Hoping that I will get a total success. If I don't, then I will run the fuck away.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
And assuming that I do succeed, then I will just use mundane sword whipping strikes, which would still be doing 2d10 open damage plus 3 wounds, but would only be affecting 18 people per round.
Only 18? Oh no.
18 people per round. 90 people over 5 rounds. What the fuck? What a shitty technique. So I'll try the weapon hunts for food, which is 5d10 against parry. Come on, that 10. 1, 6, and 8 thus far. I really thought it was a 10 for a second. And a 3 and a 6. So 8 at the highest. So I will take the imbalance, which will put me to 18. That is officially imbalanced, Brendan.
Oh, so you're
I am imbalanced now.
All right. Let's see here. So let's start.
And at which point I will set it to sword whipping strike mundanely and run the fuck away because I know I'm imbalanced.
Okay. This
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119,
Doesn't
All right,
8...
so I need you to roll a meditation roll.
Okay, meditation. I don't think I've got anything in that. I should have put something in it. No, I don't. So it's 2d10, take the lowest. Wish me luck. A 6 and a 4, so I got 4.
All right. Okay, so this is bad. Actually, roll me a d10.
Did he die? 2.
Oh, interesting. All right.
It's always interesting.
No, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it is not interesting.
Every single time it's been interesting. I had the ogre general who wanted to dominate the world. I had the girl spirit of compassion. Now I'm going to have the fiery spirit of lust.
Okay, so...
At this point, I should just, hang a sign which says room for rent on, over my chest.
All right, so...
Spirit.
I'm going to send you a message here.
Sure. Will this imbalance incapacitate me, or?
It's not going to incapacitate you, but your mind has just been taken over.
Yeah, I recognise. So it may change my priorities.
Just a bit.
Possibly in a way that might make me run into the army. Oh. There's a lot of typing going on.
All right, there you go. Let me know if that's unclear. But that's what's going on in your head.
Ah. Okay. In which case, I will continue with the sword whipping strikes mundanely whilst running away, but I'm not going to try and reconvene with any of the Long Marhol people.
Okay, where are you going to go?
If I look at the map again quickly. Here we are. I've got Boris Drunken Swords knowledge, don't I?
Yes.
I am going to run away south.
Okay, where south?
Just south for now.
Okay. All right. You start running away south. Can you make a survival roll for me?
Yeah, sure.
Have we lost Boris Drunken Sword to
Is
the
this
Banyan
tactical?
forever?
No, this is more like you're running. You're surviving. You're doing a survival roll.
Cool. I got an 8.
All right. Okay, so so you make it into Lifan. You do notice a small retinue coming after you, but you're easily able to avoid them if you want to.
Sure. Yeah.
And where do you want to head to from there?
So I'm at Lifan now.
Yep.
Okay. Can somebody link me to a larger map than the one which was just linked last session, just so that I can look a bit further around the borders there?
It's still there.
Thank you. Very much.
And Snake Peak is where you just came from in Lifan. Remember, that's where you were conducting your war room for the
Yeah, a Snake Peak. Excellent. I'm not going to Snake Peak. I'm going to head to somewhere around the Ogre Gate Inn, but I'm not actually going to go to the Ogre Gate Inn.
Okay, all right, that's fair. Give me another survival roll.
Will do. I got an 8 again.
All right. Let me just get out my Ogre Gate Inn stuff. All right. right. So you're just gonna hang around the vicinity of the Ogre Gate Inn.
I'm going to try and rob rich people to amass a huge amount of money so that I can start purchasing a massive army.
Oh, okay. All right. Hold on. My PDF is giving me some issues here for some reason.
If you want to know what my character's current plans are, Brendan, the idea is steal/amass a lot of money, amass a humongous army, and then when the conflict between the forces of Snake Peak and the Empire are at their maximum, steamroll in and fuck up everybody and steal the glory and the Empire.
Okay, all right. So you were my Ogre Gate Inn PDF just crashed on me for some reason. Hold on. Ah, there we go. I had the wrong file size. That's why. I opened the massive one, and it was just too draining on the system to do everything. All right, so you are there. All right, give me another survival roll.
Sure thing. I've dropped one of my 3 dice, so... Damn you, did he die? Okay, I got it. So I've got a 1, a 10... and a 3, so 10 at the highest.
All right, so now so your aim here is to rob rich people?
Rob rich people, most certainly.
All right, so
avoiding martial heroes.
So make another roll on the survival. Just
okay.
This is like your banditry roll, for lack of a better word.
Yeah, I got an 8.
All right. So you're kind of like in the foothills. It's very dry and arid here, and it's a much different region. But you eventually see a very elaborate looking wedding caravan, and like the sedan chairs are all draped in red, and there's a groom who looks very content with himself, and there's like 100 people in this retinue.
Excellent. I'll approach boldly in the middle of the road. Telling him to halt at the distance.
All right, so let me just see who this is first off.
Where did that fucking guy go? Ah, there it is.
Do you got it?
I got it.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, so what do you do?
Okay, so they've stopped. They've got a retinue of 100. Whilst I'm possessed, can I use chi techniques? You
need to rest and bring your imbalance rating down again before you can. Do you know what I mean? You're like.
Would myself possessed though still bring down my imbalance rating? Keep in possession of myself, sure, but allow themselves to use my techniques cathartically. Does that?
You're right now. I mean, you would do physical damage to yourself if you were to do cathartic techniques.
I get with my current imbalance. What I mean is as I'm possessed, would the chi spirit willingly meditate or whatever to remove imbalance so that they could use chi techniques cathartically?
Oh yeah, I think you can do that. I think once that, the way that I do it is once it's set, it's just a matter, because you still, as long as he's not purged or she's not purged, it's fine.
Yeah, they're still present. Because then in the time that I was traveling or whatever, in my off time, I probably would have been meditating to remove.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, all right, that's fair. That's fair. So you are probably at a reasonable level.
Okay. In which case, as I'd spotted them, I would have tried to have done a Phantom Phoenix sword in preparation.
Okay.
So that I could, have it as I approach. So I'd be holding like 2 swords.
Okay.
I'll roll for that if you'd like.
Yeah, make a roll.
Okay. So I am doing it cathartically. So I've got so far a 10, a 6, and an 8. And the other two are a 7 and a 6, so that succeeds. So then, when they've like halted, I'll be holding my two swords, one of them which is obviously phantasmal. And I'll go, "My name is Boris Drunken Sword. I don't want your lives, I want all of your money. Hand it over and you can leave."
The man sort of sneers at you, and he says, "Do you know who I am?"
I throw the sword at him. Weapon hunts for food.
Okay, all right, make a roll.
Sure thing. I'm doing it cathartically again. And as I throw it, I'll just go, "Don't know, don't care, want your money, not your life." But I'll be taking it.
Are you going to be trying to kill him or trying to wound him?
Trying to kill him. Also, I rolled a nat 10 so far.
All right, so
6,
what's
7, 8, and 8. So,
All
yeah,
right.
nat 10 on the weapon hunts for food.
All right, so that was the attack roll, right?
Attack roll,
All right,
yeah.
so roll
So
damage.
damage roll will be 6d10. Also, the imbalance is refunded. 6d10 plus 3 wounds. 2, 3, 9. 3, 9. 3.
All right.
So,
So
2, 3,
the sword buries in his belly up to the hilt, and he just sort of is like his arms are out. He just looks shocked and drops dead, and everybody screams. And one of the more
I'll call out again. "Money, not your lives. Leave without it."
a man with an official's hat, begins instructing people, and they all take out several chests and bring them to you.
Excellent. I'll retrieve the sword then. I'll recall it rather than sending it around, sword whipping, striking, chopping off everybody's heads.
And they all sort of drop the treasure and bow.
Yeah. And then I just point for them to leave.
All right, they move on, and you have...
As they leave, I go, "Enjoy your wedding." And I look to see if the bride was particularly beautiful. Is she a martial hero?
The bride is inside of a sedan chair, so you don't know.
As it passes by, I'll do a mundane blasting blade to blow off the side canopy, the wall, or the roof.
All right, you can just make an attack roll just to see if you don't totally botch it.
Sure thing.
And accidentally behead the bride.
1, 1, 5, 6, 7. So 7 at the highest.
All right, so you just want to slice it open? Was that it, so that you can see?
I was going to use blasting blade. I'm not intending to strike anybody with it, but it allows me to strike it and kind of blow it up, kind of. So I'm intending to do that to destroy part of the wall and roofing of the kind of canopy over her, just to reveal her.
Okay, the bride looks very beautiful, and she kind of glances at you and turns away.
Is she a martial hero by any chance?
You're not sure.
I'll
You
say
don't
to her.
recognize her.
I'll say to her. "Do you fancy yourself powerful?"
She just says no.
Excellent. Pass along.
All right.
Don't look too pretty. Tart.
Okay. All right. So you let them go.
But who's better looking? Your
Oh
wife
yeah,
or...
I'll fling some mud at her as she passes as well.
All right. Okay.
I'll take all the money. How much did I get?
All right. You got 15,000 spades worth of gold.
So 15 tails. Silver tails. I'm going to need to hit up a lot more weddings.
All right.
You'd have had a way to cut it around as well, because this is an inconvenient.
No,
house,
I'm going to immediately invest it into a small retinue of mercenary forces and stuff, into an army with some supplies. So maybe 50 people, 100 people.
Okay. All right. You
Basically-
that's probably something that you would want to do with the Ogre Gate Inn. That would be.
Yeah, I just needed money before I went there.
All right. So I'm gonna end it here though because it's
Cool.
6:45.
That's totally cool with me. So.